White privilege. It is a proverbial stick used by extremists, extreme Nazis on the left, on the far left. As we know, that the left is just owned by the far left now. So if anyone dares to say white privilege doesn't exist or isn't important, they will get destroyed. They'll get cancelled. They'll get shouted at by the far left. And for some reason, people on the left are just pussies. People on the left need to grow some balls and take back the left from the fucking lunatic Yahoo morons that have stolen it. White privilege, is it a thing? It's as much of a thing as blue-eyed privilege, maybe, as being 3 centimeters taller than someone else privilege. There's so many more important types of privilege that it's just not that important in the West. And actually, I think being white is a bit of a disadvantage now. And the phrase white privilege actually demonstrates that. What is white privilege? Well, it's one of the many tools that the extreme leftist has to shut down people, to stop them talking, to demonize them, essentially. Can you imagine if there was a term black privilege? How people would lose their shit over that. Well, does black privilege exist? Yes, it does. Of course it does. Affirmative action is black privilege, except that's codified. That's in law. That's in companies' policies to give people extra access to education and jobs because they're black. That's black privilege. By definition, that's black privilege. You cannot argue that exists. It's much harder to argue that white privilege exists. So how is white privilege used? Well, as I say, it's a stick to shut people down. It's like saying straight white male privilege. It's, oh, you're a white male, therefore you don't get to speak, so you need to shut the fuck up, do what I tell you, not moan, and take a pay cut. And forego your place at university, so a black person who's less intelligent, less well qualified, can take your place. So somebody in a debate can make a point. You can shut up. You don't get to have your say. This isn't a democracy. This is a dictatorship. This is a caste system, like the caste system of India. If you're a straight white male, you're a Dalit class. You don't get a say. You're a slave. You're slave class. What kind of batshit fucking crazy shit is that? To say to a white man, you have white privilege, or to a straight white man, you have straight white male privilege. That's just bullshit. It's just not important, and it's actually a disadvantage because you, by the very nature of the fact you can make this claim and shut someone down on national TV, as happened to Lawrence Fox recently. Someone tried. She got obliterated, though, didn't she? Because he said what this thing is on BBC Question Time, the UK's most popular political question and answer show. She said, Megan, what's her name, that royal chick who's like the whitest black chick you've ever seen. Oh, it was racism was the reason that she was being attacked by the press. I think there's plenty of legitimate reasons for her to be attacked by the press, but how this tactic works is, if you're white and you get attacked by the press, or you get attacked by someone, that's fine. If you're black and you get attacked by the press, regardless of the merits of the case, it's racism. That's clearly bullshit. Now, does some racism exist? Yes. But more exists against white people. Because that's socially acceptable. What she was doing here was being racist against him, and he called it out. She was saying, that's such as an attitude of a straight white man. What if someone had said that's the attitude of a lesbian black female? It's just so typical of a lesbian black female to say that. It just sounds shocking to say it, doesn't it? Doesn't sound shocking to say, that's the attitude of a straight white man. Both should be equally as shocking, because they're both incredibly racist, incredibly sexist, incredibly bigoted. He did what many people are scared to do. He called it out. He said, I can't help being a straight white man. Not that that's really the point. The point is, someone's race and gender has nothing to do with whether they're making a valid point or not. That's an ad hominem fallacy. You're attacking the person, not the point. Not that attacking a person, again, based on immutable characteristics based on race and gender. Not that that's a valid attack anyway. The term white privilege is just racist. It's just a racist term. To say straight white male privilege, that's just sexist. It's just racist. It's just straightist. If you ever utter these fucking words, you're just a bigot. In the same way, someone uttering the words, "Oh, that's such an ignorant black lesbian thing to say." Like, who the fuck would say that and think it's acceptable? Who would say that on a political TV show on the BBC that gets millions of views? Who the fuck would say that? Who would think to say that? Nobody. And this is the perfect crystallization of the proof that the West is more sexist against men and more racist against whites, because you would never get anyone saying that on national TV. Never. What am I arguing for here? I'm arguing for a level playing field where it's not acceptable to say that, to attack someone based on their race or gender or sexual orientation. That's not acceptable. But the majority of the left, and this is extremists on the left, and anyone who's going along with them and is too scared to push back, is doing this now. This makes the left fucking Nazis. The left have been taken over by Nazis, and sensible people on the left need to fight back, because white privilege as a term is just fucking racist. Stop doing it.
The Deviant Developer Podcast. Tap subscribe in any podcast app to never miss an episode. Please leave a review on iTunes and like on YouTube. It's essential to spread the word. To contact me or make a welcome donation, go to thedeviantdeveloper.com. Your support is greatly appreciated.